HPE with Hamm presents Women's History Month, Athletic Edition by Lynn Heffley. Directions. Listen to the biography of the exceptional female athlete. Pause the video. Perform the exercise that corresponds with the athlete's outstanding accomplishments. Then, restart the video. Mildred Dietrichson earned the nickname Babe after Babe Ruth for hitting 5 home runs in a neighborhood baseball game as a child. She was an all-around athlete, becoming a high school All-American basketball player before setting her sights on the 1932 Olympic Games for track and field. She qualified for 5 events, but women were only allowed to compete in 3. She won 2 gold medals in the javelin and the 800-meter hurdles, in which she broke her own record twice during the meet. She tied for gold in the high jump, but her technique was disqualified and she would be awarded a silver medal instead. After the Olympics, she set her sights on golf and played in both men's and women's events. She won 82 tournaments throughout her career and was named the greatest woman athlete of the half-century. Born in Norway to an affluent family, Sonja Henie received the best training possible on her way to becoming an international sports star in figure skating. She was the first woman skater to incorporate ballet into her routines, and because she was also the first to wear a short skirt instead of a long one, she was able to perform jumps that had not been attempted in women's figure skating before. She could perform 19 different spins with as many as 80 revolutions. She won 10 world championships and is the only woman figure skater to this day to win 3 Olympic gold medals. She moved to America and established herself as a professional figure skater and movie star. Gertrude Ederle was born in 1905 in New York City. She won her first competitive swimming race at the age of 16, and for the next 4 years would set 29 national and world records, 7 of them in just one day. In the 1924 Olympics, she won a gold as part of a relay team and 2 bronze medals in freestyle. On her second attempt, she would become the first woman to swim 35 miles across the English Channel. Her time of 14 hours and 32 minutes would beat the men's world record by nearly 2 hours. New York City honored her with a ticker tape parade. Janet Guthrie graduated with a degree in physics, became a research and development engineer, was a pilot, and attended the NASA Scientist and Astronaut Training Program before becoming a race car driver. She would become the first woman to compete in a NASCAR event and the first woman to compete in the Indianapolis 500. In her second Indianapolis 500 race, she placed 9th despite driving with a broken wrist. She was the first woman to race in the Daytona 500 and to be named the top rookie of the event. She was inducted to both the Women's Sports Hall of Fame and the International Motorsports Hall of Fame. Billie Jean King was the #1 ranked female tennis player in the world in 1968. During her career, she would win 39 major tournaments and still holds the record for the most Wimbledon combined singles, doubles, and mixed doubles wins at 20. However, King is most famous for her activism for women in sport, most notably her match against male chauvinist Bobby Riggs. Riggs, a former men's tennis champion, challenged King to a match, stating that no woman could ever beat him. Televised as the Battle of the Sexes, King beat Riggs in 3 straight sets in front of 90 million viewers. King was the first woman to make over $100,000. She fought for equal pay for women's tennis, created the Women's Sports Foundation, earned the Presidential Medal of Freedom, was inducted into the Tennis Hall of Fame, and has a U.S. Open Tennis Center named in her honor. Nadia Comaneci was a Romanian gymnast before defecting to the United States as an adult. Nadia's claim to fame is that she was the first person ever to receive a perfect score of 10 in an Olympic gymnastics event. The scoreboard for the event didn't even have enough places to display her score. After scoring the perfect 10 on the uneven bars, she accumulated 6 more scores of 10 in the same 1976 Olympic Games, earning her 3 gold medals, a bronze, and a team silver medal. She would finish her career with 9 Olympic medals, 2 World Championships, and numerous European Championships. The sport of gymnastics would eventually change its scoring method in 2006 as a result. She was awarded the World Sports Award of Athlete of the Century in 1999. Joan Joyce has been inducted into 20 different Hall of Fames for a variety of sports. Although she was a 3-time AAU All-American basketball player, scoring a record 67 points in one game, and holds the Guinness Book of World Records for the least putts in a round of golf at 17, Joyce's biggest achievements were on the softball mound. She began playing on an amateur women's team at the age of 14 and began pitching 3 years later. Over her 20-year career, she was an Amateur Softball Association All-American 18 times, with final career statistics that include 753 wins and only 42 losses, an ERA of .09, 150 no-hitters, and 50 perfect games. She routinely averaged a .400 batting average. Her greatness was magnified during an exhibition in which she repeatedly struck out Major League Baseball All-Star Ted Williams. He called her the toughest pitcher he had ever faced. Joyce is currently in her 27th year of coaching softball at Florida Atlantic University. Ann Meyers had a career of firsts. As a high school athlete, she garnered 13 Most Valuable Player awards and was the first high school player to be selected to the women's national basketball team. She then became the first woman to be granted a full athletic scholarship to a Division I university. At UCLA, she became the first player to be a 4-year All-American. She was the only player to complete a quadruple double with 20 points, 14 rebounds, 10 assists, and 10 steals in a single game. She finished her collegiate career setting 12 university records. She was the first-round draft pick for the Women's Basketball League, and then in 1980, she became the first woman to accept a free agent contract in the NBA. After being cut during tryouts for the Indiana Pacers, Meyers became part of their broadcasting team. Her career as a broadcaster has spanned all the major networks, the WNBA, and the Olympic Games. Mia Hamm is widely thought to have escalated the popularity of women's soccer more than any other woman. The youngest player to have ever played on the women's national soccer team at the age of 15, Hamm represented the USA for 17 years. Upon retirement in 2004, she had scored a record 158 goals, the most ever by male or female. The record remained unbroken until 2013. She was a 2-time World Player of the Year, helped her team to 2 World Cup victories and 2 Olympic gold medals. Hamm has been honored as the USA Soccer Female of the Year 5 times in a row. She was a World Cup MVP, received 3 ESPYs, and was listed as one of the 125 greatest living soccer players of all time by FIFA. The sport of women's beach volleyball has only appeared as an official sport in the Olympics since the year 2000. The doubles team of Misty May Traynor and Kerri Walsh Jennings formed in 2001. Both women were indoor volleyball players through their college years, earning multiple titles and honors before transitioning to a sand court. The pair quickly became a dominant force, setting a record of 90 straight wins by the year 2003. They would break the record again in 2008 with 112 consecutive match victories. That same year, however, Traynor would suffer a torn Achilles tendon while rehearsing for Dancing with the Stars. The pair teamed back up for one final Olympic Games in 2012. Throughout their 11-year career together, they would win 3 consecutive Olympic gold medals and 3 world championships. Born oxygen deprived, Ronda Rousey didn't speak clearly until the age of 6. At the age of 8, her father would take his own life after becoming a paraplegic in a sledding accident. Hoping to find an outlet for her daughter's frustrations, Ronda's mom encouraged her to take up judo. She dropped out of high school at 16 and became the youngest judoka in the 2004 Olympic Games. She won a gold at the Pan Am World Games and captured a bronze medal in the 2008 Olympic Games. She retired from judo and began a mixed martial arts career, where she became the first woman to sign with the UFC. Rousey's signature armbar technique was the weapon that carried her to 12 career wins, with most victories taking place under 1 minute. She became the UFC's first female inductee into the Hall of Fame in 2018. Rousey then moved to World Wrestling Entertainment before leaving the sport. She has starred in several movies and TV shows, as well as the voice of a video game character. Lizzie Armanto began skateboarding in 2007 at the age of 14. She holds over 30 skateboarding awards, including 4 World Cup championships and a gold medal at the first ever Women's X Games. She is the first woman to complete the 360 loop. As of 2018, fewer than 15 skaters, male or female, had successfully traversed the loop that takes the rider completely upside down. She appears in Tony Hawk Pro Skater video games and will compete in the 2021 Tokyo Olympic Games as a member of the Finland national team. Manon Rhéaume, first woman to play in an NHL hockey game. Kim Eng, first female general manager of an MLB team. Alyssa Nakin, first female full-time coach of an MLB team. Catherine Switzer, first woman to run the Boston Marathon. Sarah Fuller, first female football player on a Power 5 conference team. Toni Harris, first female 4-year scholarship for a position football player. Nancy Lieberman, first female to play in a men's professional basketball league. Louisa Harris, first woman drafted into the NBA. Danica Patrick, first woman to win an IndyCar Series race. UConn women's basketball team, most consecutive wins in NCAA basketball. Libby Riddles, first woman to win the Iditarod. Jackie Crone, first female jockey to win a Triple Crown race.